Good morning. How is everyone? I hope everyone is having a beautiful morning. So today's theme is, I have not failed, but found ways that did not work. It's a mindset. Today's devotion is about your mindset. It's about how you view the world. So, everybody hates me, nobody likes me, I'm going to go eat worms. It's a mindset. That person is struggling. Their vibration is not where mine is. That's okay. I'm going to let them be them. And I'm going to go on over here and I'm going to do my thing. Two different mindsets. It's not that you have failed at anything. It's not that you are epically bad at any one thing. I mean, this is something that I had to work through myself. Because I have made poor choices. I have made great choices. And I've made poor choices. But that doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me devoid of hope or lacking the opportunity to improve myself. We often get caught in the negative side. You made a poor choice and then you spend the next 20 years not being able to get past it. And I'm not the only one that has struggled with these things. Lots of people struggle with these things. So you have to look at the choice you made and the lesson that comes with it. And there's a lesson in everything that you do. When you make a good choice, there's a lesson in that. The outcome, what you expected versus what you didn't expect, other people's behaviors, other people's decisions that coincided with your good decision or your poor decision. You do not live in a vacuum. We all affect and effect each other, and each person's paradigm affects somebody else's paradigm. So it's not that you have failed in anything. It's that maybe you found a way that didn't work, or you found a way that was different from someone else's that didn't work with their paradigm, so it was rejected. Not necessarily because it was a wrong decision or the wrong way to do something. It's that it affected somebody else's paradigm that was disconcerting to them or uncomfortable to them. I think that we get really wrapped up in our society of the societal norms. I have my whole life butted up against societal norms and societal expectations because of who I am and my paradigm. My paradigm looks at each person should be able to fulfill their unique slot and do the things that they need to do to affect positive change in the universe. And if one person's paradigm is the redneck cowboy, then that's their paradigm. And that's okay. Redneck cowboy might be the person that is a vet and discovers a new cure for a cancer for horses. I mean, who am I to judge that person's paradigm? I'm not, and neither are you. We each fulfill a role and a purpose in our world, and we need to allow each other to fill it in a positive, effective manner to build our positivity and our vibration up, to bring our awareness as a whole into another realm of awareness. That's what we all do if given the chance. And we get stuck in our day-to-day rut of what we think other people should do, and we get stuck in the rut of what we think other people should look like or behave like or what their mindset should be. And it's really important to back away from that and look at the failures that you have had and what that view manifests. Because you haven't really failed. You've just found things that didn't work quite right. And maybe it didn't work right for you and how you did it, but that other person, in their paradigm, what you did would maybe have been a success for them. So just know that you're not alone, and everything you do affects and effects and shifts other people's paradigms, and that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I've made choices in my life that have definitely shifted paradigms in people and other people's lives that have surrounded mine. And sometimes it's been for good, and sometimes it has been to rattle the cages of their foundation. And I can't say whether that was good or bad. It's what happened. My outcome was not what I wanted. I don't know if it was good or bad, but I know that it wasn't necessarily what I wanted. But moving forward, I won't make that same decision again. I would make a different decision because I've learned. It sounds all very obscure, but I could be talking about something from 20 years ago or something from 2 days ago. And we all have those experiences in our life. So take some time today in your reflection to think about the things you thought you had failed at. And that's the key piece, the things you thought you failed at. And look at them as, well, you could have done it differently. And how did the thing you thought you did wrong, how did that shift the paradigms of the people around you in a positive way? How did that change things long term in a positive way? You don't necessarily know that the thing that you did wrong was wrong. The outcome may or may not have been what you wanted, and it may not have worked how you intended. But was it wrong in the paradigm of the people that it affected? Sometimes our wrong decisions affect the paradigms of others for a reason, and affect your paradigms long term for a reason. So just take note of that. Think about it. That's today's devotion. It's supposed to snow here today. I'm kind of excited. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. It's the 27th of March and I'm excited for snow. But I will tell you the reason. Snow means moisture. And we live up in Montana where I live. We live in a high desert. And so by July, August, if we don't have enough snow in the winter and in the spring, it gets really dry and we have higher fire danger. Higher fire danger means more fires, more smoke in the air, and the harder I have a hard time breathing, and I have lots of things I want to do in the summer. So I want it to be really wet in the spring because I want it to be not hot or not so dry in the summer so that I can go outside and have fun. It's entirely selfish. Well, not really, because I know that the animals that flee fires, and it affects wildlife, it affects industry, it affects farming and ranching, and it affects a lot of elderly people and people with lung conditions like myself. So it's selfish, but it's not selfish. So it's supposed to snow. I hope it does. I plan on doing the gym today. Yaha! Hooray! I have a new sewing project. Yes, I got my sewing machine out. I'm such a bad girl. So I had meant to not get my sewing machine out for 6 months, but it didn't last. I got 3 months. I got 3 months of it put away, and I couldn't do it anymore. I had to get my sewing machine out. So I'm working on a sewing project. I'm still working on my manuscript, illustrating my manuscript. So I actually worked on the manuscript a little bit yesterday, working on wording, on phrasing and stuff for writing it down, and some ideas for layouts for in bulk in the book. So I am working on it. It's just not, it's going to be parallel with sewing. I can't seem to do one thing or the other. I have to do everything at one time. So that's today's devotion, daily devotion. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow in prayer. Blessed be.